What is leaky gut and do I even need to care about it? Let's talk about it. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here today to talk about leaky gut, one of these buzzwords, buzz phrases out there in the health and nutrition community. Let's get down to the brass tacks. My name is Chelsea. I'm your gut health coach, functional nutritional therapy practitioner, and this is one of my favorite topics. Gotta let the sirens do their thing. So first of all, when we talk about the gut, we're talking about the digestive tract. So as a really quick 2 cents overview, we eat our food, it hits our stomach. From our stomach, it travels into our intestines. And for the most part, when we talk about the gut, we're talking about the intestinal tract, the small intestine, which is kind of all jumbled up here, and then the large intestine, which goes around in a loop. So what is a leaky gut? So I want you to think about this. The tissues of our gut are made up of lots of little bitty cells. And the cells, they like to be pretty close knit, but one of the jobs of the gut is to be permeable, to allow things to travel through it. That's how we absorb the nutrients that we need, vitamins and minerals, our proteins, carbs, and fats that then gets converted into energy. Is we eat our food, gets digested, and as it travels through the small intestine, these little cells absorb it, and it travels through the cell wall into the bloodstream, where it's then sent off to do the things that it needs to do. So everyone does have a little bit of permeability to their gut. That's how we get our nutrition. So when it comes to leaky gut, what happens is that these cells, which again, they like to be pretty close-knit and strong so that they can only let through the things that are supposed to get through. But what happens is in leaky gut, the cells, they start to weaken and they start to loosen. So imagine, for example, like a window screen. The holes are small, so air can get in and out easily, but not bigger things like bugs. But if I took a knife and stabbed a bunch of holes in it, a lot more stuff would be able to get through. And that's the same concept when it comes to leaky gut. So the cells weaken and more stuff starts to get through. Now, why does this happen? Several things can lead to this leaky gut. The most common, the most likely, is some type of dysfunction or imbalance in our digestion. So food's supposed to hit our stomach, gets sprayed with a bunch of acid, other digestive juices, so it gets broken down into these really small pieces that then are what gets absorbed. Oftentimes, leaky gut is the result of this digestive process not working quite the way we want it to. So what happens is our food doesn't get broken down as far as we need it to. Food particles are too big and they start to irritate these small cells. They rub up against them. The cells don't like that, and we start to see inflammation. Another thing that can impact is foods that we're sensitive to. So if our body, again, is having trouble with certain foods, they're going to go in, they're going to rub up against the gut, they're going to inflame the gut, and then this gut inflammation leads to this weakening of the cell walls, the cell junctions, and then this leaky gut. So then we're in a situation where this poorly digested food is getting through the barrier when it wouldn't if we, had nice strong cells, but because they're weak, it gets through. And what happens then is the first thing likely is our immune system is going to be like, that's not supposed to be there. And it's going to start to see our foods as toxins, as invaders, as antigens that it then needs to launch an immune response against. So one of the biggest symptoms of a leaky gut is this excessive immune response. So if you're dealing with, of course, autoimmunity is rooted to some problems in the gut. But not only that, and autoimmunity is much more complex, something advanced like celiac or Crohn's or etc. Or simply things like, skin allergies, airborne allergies, feeling like you're allergic or reactive to lots of different foods. Usually leaky gut is playing a role in that. The other thing that this leaky gut can lead to is nutrient deficiencies. Because our food isn't getting absorbed properly, it's not getting digested properly, we're not going to be pulling all the nutrients that we need and all that we need by way of energy in terms of our proteins, fats, and carbs. And this can also then clog up our body's detoxification pathways. So if our body is seeing just normal everyday food that comes through as a threat that needs to be detoxified, that's going to place extra burden on the liver, on the lymphatic system, on the body's ability to detoxify. And so common symptoms again, like bloating, things like headaches or, the inability to focus, brain fog are very closely rooted to this inflammation and this leaky gut, because the gut and the brain talk very closely. So when we have that inflammation here in the gut, it's usually reflected by some lack of clarity in the mind. So the headaches, the brain fog, the fatigue, skin issues such as acne, such as hives, such as rashes, energy ups and downs. If our body has this inflammation and it's not pulling everything adequately from our food, from our gut, that's going to impact its ability to manage energy, and can also impact our reliance on our stress hormones. So being really high anxiety because our body has to keep pumping out cortisol to keep us going can be a sign of leaky gut. Or just being so tired all the time because your adrenals are tapped out can be a sign of leaky gut. So what do I do about it? That's a great question. I will link below my video to starting with the upper digestive system. We want to start from the root. We want to make sure that we are improving our digestion. We're chewing our food. We're allowing it to be broken down. And we also want to make sure we have enough nutrients that are supportive of these tissues healing. Adding in something like a bone broth, which is rich in nutrients and collagen and the things that we need for tissues to heal up, can be very beneficial, as well as nutrients like zinc, which is the tissue healing nutrient. But if you're really feeling like you're dealing with some of these issues, my recommendation is to go ahead and take the quiz linked in my description below, and that will give you the best starting point in terms of what foundational system should I be focusing on? Is it my digestion? Is it my body's energy management? And how do I start to do that in terms of food, in terms of lifestyle, and there will be a personalized supplement recommendation for you as well. So I highly recommend heading to the description and taking that quiz. But this was Leaky Gut 101. So hopefully you've got a clearer understanding of what the heck leaky gut is and why it can impact so many different things in the body. Please be sure to hit the like and hit the subscribe button so you get notified as these videos come out every single week. And head over to the Instagram and follow me at Chelsea K. Mancini. And again, don't forget to take that quiz down below. See you next week.